Well, as you know, the 1935 show is just around the corner, and I've already mentioned that I can't wait for the cars. And let me show you what I found in the paper this morning. There were plenty of write-ups about what I was going to see at the show in terms of cars, and I'm very excited. Let me just read out what they say here. This year, the motoring section at the Royal Agricultural Society's Easter Show will be particularly strong. The majority of the car distributors and oil companies have taken a very considerable amount of space, and from such advanced details as are available, it can be said that the section as a whole will be one of the most interesting ever staged. Now, the car in the middle is the four-door sedan model 1935 Airglide Dodge 6, which I also found in a car catalogue. Described as the new Dodge, fashion experts rave about its style and beauty, and no wonder. Rich beauty, luxurious interiors, sleek, modern appointments win everyone. The other car to feature is the 1935 Pontiac 6 Coupe, simply described as the best car on wheels. A streamlined beauty ideally suited to the body type, resulting in a single impression of graceful length and speed. The newspaper article goes on to list all the makes and models being displayed at the show, as well as some of the new features of the cars. In fact, there were so many new advancements that actually featured in an article I read in the motoring section of a different newspaper. I'll give you more details of that in a moment. But what I found particularly interesting about this article was the advert at the bottom of the page, which starts with a big show announcement. But it's not what you're thinking. Let me read it out to you, just to see what I mean. It says, "To see the finest automotive productions of 1935 in the quiet, restful atmosphere of our convenient city showrooms, away from the bustle and din of jostling showground crowds, is the special invitation we extend this Easter to Showtime visitors to Sydney." The article concludes by saying, "Set aside an hour or two whilst you're in Sydney. See this fine range grouped for your inspection. You may feel entirely free from any obligation. You will be cordially welcomed." So far, so good. The strange bit happens at the very end, when they finally admit, "Please note that the company will not be exhibiting at the Royal Show this year, owing to limitations of suitable space to enable us to make a comprehensive display." Well, there you go. So they're not going to the show, but they're still going to use the show to advertise it. And here's part of the special lift-out from the Sydney Mail Royal Show, and it's the motoring section called "How to Do the Car Exhibits," probing the novelties and the latest models. An article describing the new features to be found in a wide range of cars displayed at the Royal Easter Show. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to go into the technicalities of all the little ins and outs, but I just want to give you a bit of a summary of the article because it is quite fascinating. For those who want to have a look at the article themselves, I'll provide a link in the description. The first thing they describe is the breakthroughs in aerodynamics of the modern vehicle. Then the independent front suspension, the center control steering mechanism, a clutch with an automatic centrifugal control, a rear ride stabilizer, another type of independent front suspension, and finally a modern universal joint with needle roller bearings. So much to see, so much to do. I could spend the whole day just in the motoring section. Maybe I should come back for 2 or 3 days. But there we go, looking forward to it this week. I can't believe it's this week already. Wow.